Welcome! I'm going to show you how to edit the 3 mug mockup in Photoshop. So first, if you don't see this handy layers panel here, go to Window, Layers to bring it up. And then to insert your design, we're going to click on this little arrow in any of the mug layers to expand the layer groups. And then when you see a layer that says Design Dash, you just want to double click on the thumbnail icon in that Design Dash layer to open up the Smart Object. And this Smart Object is where you're going to copy and paste your design. So we'll go to File, Open, and then find the design. And then we'll go to Select All, then Edit, Copy, and we'll click back on the Smart Object tab and go to Edit, Paste. And you may need to resize that, so to do that, go to Edit, Free Transform. In newer versions of Photoshop, you just want to click on any of the 4 corners and drag in or out to make the graphics bigger or smaller. In older versions of Photoshop, you used to have to hold down the Shift key to keep it from getting distorted. So if you see it getting distorted, just go to Edit, Undo, and then do the opposite of whatever you were doing, whether that's holding down the Shift key or not holding it down. And then when you've got it sized about right, just move it into place. And then we'll go to File, Save, to save the Smart Object. Then we can close the Smart Object tab, and we'll close the original graphics. You'll see it put it on the mug just like that. And we're going to repeat that with the other 2 mugs. Just expanding the layer group by clicking on the arrow and then double clicking the thumbnail icon in the Design Dash layer. We can just go to Edit, Paste, since we already copied that graphic. And then we'll go to Edit, Free Transform again to resize it. And we'll just move that into place. And then we'll go to File, Save to save that one. We'll close that. Then we'll expand the last one. Double click the Design Dash layer thumbnail icon. Go to Edit, Paste again. Go to Edit, Free Transform. And drag the corners to resize. Then we'll move it into place again. And then we'll go to File, Save. And we'll close the Smart Objects. And now we've got the design in all 3 mugs. If you want to change the colors of the interior or the handle, just double click on the layers that say Color Dash. So this one says Color Dash Interior. We'll double click that to bring up the color picker. And then we'll click anywhere in the rainbow slider here to choose a color. And we'll click in this box to change the lightness or darkness of that color. Then when you've got something you like, you can just click and highlight this number here, and then press Command-C on a Mac or Control-C on a PC to copy that number. And if you want to use the same color for all 3 mugs, you can just double click the various color dash layers, click in this little box here in the color picker, and then just press Command-V to paste on a Mac or Control-V on a PC. And we'll just click on all the color dash layers, Command-V again to paste. And if you wanted to, you can also change the lightness and darkness of the shadows under the mugs. So we'll click this little arrow to expand the shadows under mugs layer group. And then we'll expand the shadows under the mug facing left. And just click on either of the shadows, and then click the down arrow next to opacity. And you can drag the slider to the right to make the shadow darker, or to the left to make it more subtle. You can also adjust the highlights and shadows on the mugs themselves. So like here where it says shading and then more shading, you can click the box next to the more shading layer, and that'll make it a little more contrasty. And then you can click on the more shading layer and click on the down arrow next to opacity and drag the slider to the right to make it more dark, and to the left to make it a little more subtle. And you can edit the backgrounds by clicking the arrow next to the backgrounds layer group. This one comes with a white background as a bonus, so it's kind of a 2-for-1. You can also add your own background. To do that, go to File, Open, and find your background. And then once it opens, go to Select All, then Edit, Copy, and click back on the mockup, and go to Edit, Paste. And depending on what layer you had selected when you pasted that, it could paste it in the top of everything and you'll wonder where everything went. If that happens, just click on the layer you just copied in and drag it to the bottom. And then if you want to, you can also edit the position of each mug just by clicking on the mug or on the name of that mug in the layers panel, whether it's mug facing left or mug facing right. And just make sure this arrow tool, the move tool right here, is selected, and just move the mug around. And when you're done, all you have to do is save it. If you want to use this as a thumbnail on a website like Etsy, you'll want to save a version as a JPEG. So to do that, just go to File, Save As. And then in this Format drop-down menu, change it to JPEG and click Save. You can also come back here and save a version as a Photoshop, maybe changing the name for each of your designs, so you have a layered PSD image on file. Please let me know if you have any questions by messaging me at melissabmockups.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.